evening to our viewers watching on television and to those joining us across our social media platforms. I am Daniela Arajo with the Wednesday, July 1st edition of the Guyana TV9 News. In the headlines tonight, government to fully digitize Land and Surveys Commission to accelerate land approvals, sue the police, Attorney General NANDLALL warns Guyanese motorists to take legal action if arrested for ticket traffic offences. High Commissioner SEERAJ invites Indian investment in Guyana's offshore oil blocks. Government drafting tough new laws to tackle noise, vulgar music, and illegal dumping. Ansgrove shopkeeper jailed for 3 years 5 months for narcotics. And political pressure mounts over stalled murder trials for slain cop and civilian. And now for the news in depth. Finance Minister Dr. Ashni Singh declared Guyana's ethnic and religious diversity as the nation's ultimate asset and a core pillar for its future economic development.
Addressing the Ethnic Relations Commission's National Symposium at the Orthachang Conference Center on Wednesday, Dr. Singh said Guyana's 60th independence anniversary provides an important opportunity to celebrate the country's unique multicultural identity, noting that President Dr. Mohamed Irfan Ali's One Guyana vision was deliberately adopted to reinforce national unity and strengthen social cohesion.
Today, you see a country comprising peoples of different ancestry, different ethnic origins, different religious persuasions, different denominations. But notwithstanding all of these historic distinctions, living together very cohesively and very harmoniously in a country that I believe is really beautifully diverse.
The finance minister stressed that the government remains focused on ensuring that Guyana's rapid economic transformation delivers equitable opportunities for all citizens, emphasizing that national development must be shared across every community and geographic region. He also urged political and civic leaders to distinguish rhetoric from reality while continuing efforts to strengthen harmony among Guyanese. Dr. Singh credited the 2000 to 2001 constitutional reform process for creating institutions that continue to strengthen democracy, highlighting the establishment of the Ethnic Relations Commission as one of the most significant constitutional advances. He said the commission has played a vital role in promoting understanding, respect, and peaceful coexistence among Guyana's diverse population. Reflecting on the country's history, Dr. Singh acknowledged that sacrifices and hardships endured by generations of Guyanese from every ethnic background, saying that their collective struggles laid the foundation for the modern, multicultural nation that exists today.
And we must not be shy of celebrating and applauding the gains that we have made in this regard as a country, the strengths that we derive from this, and the remarkable opportunities that this unlocks for us. We must not be grudging in acknowledging the progress that was made by those generations before us that helped to get us to this point.
The minister also called on Guyanese to recognize the contributions of previous generations, describing modern Guyana as a richly and beautifully diverse, kaleidoscopic tapestry built through the efforts of people from every race, culture, and community. He said preserving that legacy remains a shared national responsibility. The symposium, held under the theme Guyana at 60, Unity, Diversity, and the Path Forward, formed part of activities marking Guyana's Diamond Jubilee celebrations and featured presentations from the Ethnic Relations Commission's United Nations Resident Coordinator, members of the parliamentary opposition, and other national stakeholders. This is Melanie Morris reporting for Guyana TV9 News.
Guyana's Attorney General is advising motorists to sue the police if they are wrongfully detained for ticketable traffic offences. More in this report.
Issuing the warning during his weekly Issues in the News program, Attorney General NANDLALL said ranks who unlawfully detain motorists for ticketable offences could face both criminal and civil consequences, including claims for false imprisonment and constitutional breaches. The Attorney General's comments came a week after he publicly explained the law governing ticketable traffic offences and followed the circulation of a video showing a police rank allegedly attempting to detain a motorist for not wearing a seat belt. NANDLALL said the recording appeared to show the driver correctly informing the officer that the offense should have resulted in a ticket rather than an arrest.
But I printed out for you the offense that are ticketable. And not wearing a seatbelt is one of them, and I believe it carries a fine of 7,500. And I have said that any person who is detained, who is arrested and or detained by the police for a ticketed offense, that person should sue the police.
The minister stressed that offences such as failing to wear a seatbelt attract a monetary penalty rather than imprisonment. He said the seatbelt offence carries a $7,500 fine and argued that it would be illogical and unlawful to detain someone before trial for an offence that does not carry a custodial sentence even after conviction.
Law is based upon logic. If the offence doesn't carry any form of imprisonment, if you are to plead guilty to it, how can you be detained for that offense without a conviction? The law, as I said, is logical. It's commonsensical. If an offense doesn't carry a term of imprisonment, when you are convicted, how can it have attached to it some form of detention when you're not convicted?
The Attorney General also reminded police officers that every person is protected by the legal principle of the presumption of innocence and should not be deprived of their liberty without lawful authority. He warned that officers who continue to arrest or detain persons for ticketable offences could expose themselves to criminal charges of false imprisonment, civil lawsuits for wrongful arrest and detention, and constitutional litigation. Minister NANDLALL added that unlawful police action could also extend to the improper seizure or detention of vehicles and other property. While noting that he routinely represents the Guyana Police Force in civil and constitutional matters, he said he also has a duty as Attorney General to provide clear legal guidance and ensure that the law is properly understood and applied by law enforcement officers.
A 26-year-old Anne's Grove shopkeeper has been sentenced to 3 years and 5 months in prison after being found guilty of possessing narcotics for the purpose of trafficking. Ezekiel Lewis, also called Bell, was convicted on Tuesday following a trial at the Bartica Magistrates Court. He had pleaded not guilty after being charged in October 2025. Lewis was arrested on October 8, 2025, and was charged 2 days later under the Narcotics, Drugs, and Psychotropic Substances Act. He was sentenced after the court found him guilty on June 30, 2026. Long delays and heavy paperwork backlogs at the Guyana Lands and Surveys Commission could soon be over, following a major mandate from the head of state. Here's more in this report.
Addressing the gathering, His Excellency Dr. Mohamed Irfanali said the Commission is being transformed into a technology-driven institution capable of meeting the demands of a changing Guyana through the adoption of advanced digital systems across all of its operations.
And the objective in the next 4 years is to deliver an agency that is fully digitized and one in which we will fully implement the most advanced technology to help our work here in every department, in every aspect of our work.
The Modernization initiative will include greater use of technology, stronger geographic information systems, GIS, digitized records, and improved access to land information. The government also intends to strengthen collaboration among agencies involved in housing, infrastructure, agriculture, and investment to support more efficient planning and decision-making. The head of state said modernization is not limited to technology alone, but will also require sustained investment, training, policy reform, and institutional development. The vision, he explained, is to create a land administration system that is modern, efficient, transparent, and centered on the needs of citizens.
We want a system where information is readily accessible, where records are increasingly digitized, where services are delivered more efficiently, and where decisions can be made using accurate and reliable data. We want stronger geographic information systems that support planning and development across the country. We want greater certainty and security of tenure for citizens, farmers, businesses, and communities. We want institutions that work seamlessly together in support of national development.
President Ali noted that the Guyana Lands and Surveys Commission plays a vital role in nearly every major development initiative across the country, explaining that roads, housing developments, investments, and community expansion all depend on effective land administration. As Guyana continues to experience rapid economic growth, the demand for fast and more reliable land services is also increasing. The Guyana Lands and Surveys Commission marked 25 years as a semi-autonomous agency during the anniversary celebration, with officials reflecting on its evolution from the former Lands and Surveys Department. Looking ahead, the government says a fully digitized commission will be better equipped to provide secure land administration, improve service delivery, and support Guyana's long-term development goals. Reporting for Guyana TV9 News, I'm Melanie Morris.
More news after the break. Do stay with us.
GECOM will be conducting a claims and objections exercise commencing July 1, 2026 to produce an official list of electors, OLE. If you will be 18 years or older by June 30, 2026, and you are a Guyanese citizen by birth, descent, or naturalization, or a citizen from a Commonwealth country living in Guyana for 1 year or more, you are eligible for inclusion in the OLE. GECOM has posted the preliminary list of electors, PLE, in all the registration divisions across Guyana for you to check whether you are listed, and if so, whether your particulars are accurate. You can make a claim for registration, change, correction to your particulars, or you can object to the inclusion of anyone whom you believe should not be on the list. If you are desirous of making a claim or objection, you must visit the GECOM registration office responsible for your area of residence to do so. Visit the GECOM registration office responsible for your area of residence to conduct any of the above transactions. All GECOM registration offices will open Monday to Friday from 8 to 18 hours, Saturday, Sunday, and holidays from 10 to 14 hours. For more information, contact the GECOM on 225-0278-9 or visit www.gecom.org.gy.
I know you have work to do, but come, I just need a minute of your time. It won't even take that long. So, I have a proposal. We could do besties in Punta Cana. Really need a getaway. And not to worry, I went to Sunita Travel Agency and they recommended a few hotels that do all-inclusive stays. And they're very affordable. The vibes. Let me tell you something. We do not want to miss a trip to Punta Cana. Why? Ziplining. No, I know this is not your vibe, but please, listen. Hold on. Wait. I know you like throw it back. There's a boat party. We could go there. And then there's this thing called buggy adventure, some buggy something. I don't know, but I want to be a buggy or whatever it is. I just want to be a part of it. And then we got snorkeling. Oh, this thing is so ugly. Please, you be next to uglier things than this. Stop it. Trust me, you're going to love it. It'll be just you and me, Punta Cana, drinks, just having the time of our life. Not to worry. We've got many flight options, and they made sure that they went through it with me. The prices are affordable. Trust me. I know you like thinking about the budget or whatever. Remember the time when we went and we missed the flight? Yeah, when we booked with Sunita Travel Agency. Even if it happens, with slim chance, they'll know what to do, and we won't be stranded like we did the last time. This solid plan. You, me, Punta Cana. Cheap. It won't even hurt your pocket. Please say yes. Yes.
Welcome back. You're watching Guyana TV9 News Bulletin. Opposition lawmakers are demanding swift judicial action as the families of a slain policeman and a young woman killed during a robbery face agonizing delays in their pursuit of justice. Here's more in this report.
APNU Parliamentary Leader Dr. Terence Campbell, MP, and MP Psycho Andrews have visited the grieving families, describing ongoing court delays as deeply distressing and urging that the matters be treated with urgency and resolved. 35-year-old police officer Lance Corporal Richard Marvin Hayes was shot and killed in broad daylight during a confrontation at Stelling Road, Reading West Coast, Demerara. According to police, Hayes, attached to the impact base at Breakdown Police Station, was fatally shot around 9 hours by a 37-year-old businessman of Crane Housing Scheme who operates a cellular phone stall and is a licensed firearm holder in October last year. The case has since been before the court. Meanwhile, 24-year-old Fennell Brewster of West Romville was killed during an apparent robbery on October 19, 2025, when armed bandits attempted to rob her brother outside their home. She was struck by gunfire during a scuffle and later pronounced dead at the hospital. During their visit, Campbell and Andrew said the prolonged delays have compounded the suffering of both families, arguing that repeated postponements risk eroding public confidence in the justice system. They stressed that every Guyanese family should be able to trust that the courts will act with urgency, fairness, and consistency when serious crimes occur, particularly in murder cases. APNU in a statement called on the judiciary and relevant state institutions to ensure that both matters are heard expeditiously, adding that justice should not be allowed to languish in endless delays. The party said the rule of law must remain meaningful for ordinary citizens. The opposition group reiterated its commitment to standing with bereaved families beyond the initial period of loss, saying support must continue through the often lengthy pursuit of justice. Quote, "A nation is judged not only by how it mourns its victims, but by how faithfully it delivers justice," the statement noted. End of quote. Adding that the families of Hayes and Brewster have not been forgotten. Adana Dark, Guyana TV9 News.
Government is once again inviting Indian companies to bid for offshore oil blocks to help diversify India's energy supply chain and deepen bilateral economic ties. More in this report.
Speaking during a recent interview with the New Delhi-based Strat News global media platform, SEERAJ said Ghana's rapidly expanding oil and gas sector presents significant opportunities for Indian investors as the South American nation continues to develop its offshore resources.
Well, we would like Indian companies to get involved in the oil and gas sector of Guyana. We are auctioning off blocks, oil blocks, and we hope that Indian companies will bid for these blocks because we want as diversified as possible players in the oil and gas sector. So that if Indian companies and even if the government of India bid for these blocks and it's a competitive process, we would very much welcome their participation.
A High Commissioner noted that Guyana has emerged as one of the world's fastest growing oil producers and is seeking greater international participation in its energy sector. He said India, as one of the world's largest energy consumers, is well positioned to benefit from closer collaboration with Guyana in oil exploration and production.
And I'm certain it's in the interest of India also to do that, given the fact that, consumption here in India is about near 5 million barrels per day. Right. So India needs a significant amount of energy.
Guyana's invitation comes as the government continues efforts to attract global investment in its offshore petroleum industry following a series of major oil discoveries that have transformed the country's economic outlook. The government has repeatedly emphasized the importance of expanding participation from a diverse range of international energy companies. SEERAJ said stronger cooperation in the energy sector would complement the long-standing diplomatic relationship relationship between Guyana and India, creating new opportunities for trade, investment, and economic development while contributing to India's long-term energy security. Adana Darg, Guyana TV9 News.
Government is preparing sweeping new laws to clamp down on noise nuisance, vulgar music, littering, and illegal dumping. More in this report.
Responding to concerns over explicit music being played in public spaces during his weekly Issues in the News program, the Attorney General said the proposed legislation will go far beyond regulating offensive songs. Instead, it will introduce a comprehensive legal framework to tackle persistent public nuisance issues affecting communities across the country, including excessive noise, indiscriminate littering, and illegal dumping.
As I said, we are coming out with a large menu of legislative amendments to deal with noise nuisance, indecent music and indecent vulgar music, as well as littering.
Attorney General said the amendments are currently being drafted but did not indicate when they will be tabled in Parliament. He explained that the initiative forms part of a wider review of Guyana's legal and regulatory systems to ensure they keep pace with the country's rapid social and economic transformation.
The deposit of large volume of garbage, large and small. We are working on that. It's going to be a comprehensive set of measures that will come out, which will treat with all of these matters.
Linking the proposals to broader legal reforms, the Attorney General said many of Guyana's existing laws are outdated, including the country's occupational health and safety regulations. The attorney argued that the unprecedented growth of the construction and oil and gas sectors has exposed the need for modern legislation capable of effectively regulating today's realities. Adana Darg, Guyana TV9 News.
The British High Commissioner to Guyana, Joseph Fisher, has agreed to partner with the Ministry of Education's anti-bullying program following a meeting with Education Minister Sonia Parag. During the courtesy call, the two also discussed strengthening education ties between Guyana and the United Kingdom, including expanding existing partnerships and supporting safe, inclusive learning environments. Both sides reaffirmed their commitment to continued collaboration on key education priorities. More news after the break. Do stay with us.
Want to place your death announcements and in memoriam messages on Channel 9? Call 592-761-5006, 710-5008, 600-5006. Or visit our office at Lot 85A Lamaha Street, Albertown, Georgetown, Century 21 Building.
Guyana, Channel 9 is now Guy TV9, proudly under new management. We're building stronger with a balanced and open platform for all advertisers. Whether you're promoting a business, service, or event, your message belongs right here. So choose your spot, news, primetime, or anytime, and reach viewers across Guyana. With affordable rates and professional service, Guy TV9 is your partner in progress. So visit us at Lot 21A, Lamaha Street, Georgetown, in the Century 21 building, or call 600-5006 or 761-5006. Guyana TV9. New leadership, fresh outlook, real results.
GECOM will be conducting a claims and objections exercise commencing July 1, 2026 to produce an official list of electors, OLE. If you will be 18 years or older by June 30, 2026, and you are a Guyanese citizen by birth, descent, or naturalization, or a citizen from a Commonwealth country living in Guyana for 1 year or more, you are eligible for inclusion in the OLE. GECOM has posted the preliminary list of electors, PLE, in all the registration divisions across Guyana for you to check whether you are listed, and if so, whether your particulars are accurate. If you have changed your address since you were registered, you need to visit the GECOM registration office responsible for your new area of residence to apply for a transfer. Tuesday, July 14, 2026 is the last day you can apply for a transfer during this exercise. For more information, contact the GECOM on 225-0278-9 or visit www.gecom.org.gy.
Welcome back. You're watching Guyana TV9 News Bulletin. This is your Caribbean news update for Wednesday, July 1st, 2026. We begin with major transition in regional leadership as Prime Minister Philip J. Pierre of St. Lucia officially assumes the chairmanship of CARICOM today. Pierre enters the 6-month role, promising a people-centered agenda that brings tangible benefits to everyday citizens. The transition comes at a crucial time as St. Lucia prepares to host the 51st CARICOM Heads of Government Summit from July 5th to the 8th. Sticking with that spirit of regional unity, a major integration milestone has officially launched today for travelers. Eligible citizens of Guyana and Barbados can now move between both nations using only their valid national identification cards. This passport-free arrangement aims to simplify family travel and lower barriers for cross-border business, paving the way for closer digital integration between the two countries. While modern connection grows, the region is also pausing today to honor its profound history. Across Suriname and the Dutch Caribbean, citizens are observing Keti Koti, meaning the chains are broken, the annual public holiday marking the formal abolition of slavery. Cultural parades and reflective gatherings are being held nationwide to honor ancestral legacy and elevate dialogue surrounding social justice. Finally, that historical reflection gives way to a global celebration of Caribbean rhythm and global influence. Jamaica is leading worldwide festivities today for International Reggae Day, highlighting the genre's monumental impact on music, fashion, and social movements. From its foundational roots to its status as a symbol of unity, reggae's legacy is being spotlighted through live concerts worldwide. Turning our focus outward, we look now at the major headlines making impact on the global stage in our international report. We begin in Washington, where the United States Supreme Court has blocked a major Trump administration executive order aimed at restricting birthright citizenship. While civil rights organizations are widely celebrating the landmark decision, President Trump has publicly criticized the judicial blockade as midterms approach. Moving to the Middle East, high-level diplomatic negotiations have hit a major roadblock in Qatar. Iranian officials have officially ruled out direct face-to-face meetings with U.S. envoys arriving in Doha. The standoff centers on unresolved disputes over Iran's nuclear program and ongoing commercial shipping tensions in the Strait of Hormuz. Shifting to South America, a severe humanitarian crisis is deepening following consecutive high-magnitude earthquakes in Venezuela. The official death toll has now climbed to 1,943 as rescue teams continue to search flattened residential neighborhoods. International aid agencies warn the true casualty count is likely a massive underestimation, with hundreds still missing. Finally, extreme weather conditions are testing public infrastructure across North America and Europe. A dangerous heat dome expanding across the United States has prompted emergency orders for major power grids. Simultaneously, several Central European nations are issuing severe warnings as an unprecedented summer heatwave threatens all-time regional temperature records. And those are our major headlines for tonight's newscast. For more trending stories, follow us at our Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube platforms at GUI TV9. I am Daniela Araju. Thank you for watching. Until next time, bye for now.